irritable, angry, depressed. That's a real thing.
Cater, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P-Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, Kells. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.
You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I gotta be thankful because I know someone lost their life today. And so every moment I endeavor to live life the righteous way, to serve with a sense of purpose and let love light the way. Even if I die today, that's just the price I pay. Just know I try to be kind and seek the divine every night and day. Gratitude for the sunrise, gratitude for the sunshine, gratitude for the moonlight. Every day feels like a new life, especially when I meditate. Take a breath and then I elevate. Everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude is the fruit of life, the nourishment of the soul when there's no food in sight. When your vibrations are low and you feel blue inside, gratitude is the attitude that gets you through the night. Never believe in lack or limitations. Anything can be manifested with a little appreciation. I appreciate my life. I appreciate my breath. I appreciate my sight. Gratitude for my health. Gratitude is the happiest mood, even if I happen to lose. Everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. It's how you should live. It's how you should be. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. That's how you should love. That's how you stay free. Yeah, 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Nurse Tay on Hits 92.3. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and a productive weekend. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about a very sensitive topic that is in the beauty industry, the body industry, and that is the dangers of illegal butt injections and what it can do to your body, the damage it can cause, and also how you can attempt to get it corrected. So for most people, when you think about illegal butt injections, you think of what you may see on TV with the ones who are doing it being arrested, the type of product that they're using. One of the main questions is, what product are they using to inject into your body? General answer, no one knows. Okay. They can tell you it's medical grade silicone. They can tell you it's medical grade filler. They just got it at a discount. Okay, well, if that's the case, but you want to present yourself as still a professional purpose, why are we not in a professional setting? Why are we in a hotel room? Why are we in a back alley trap house? Why are we at the bottom of a strip club in the back doing it? You have to ask certain questions just to make sure, first of all, you shouldn't be getting anything illegal anyway, or you should only be going to someone who is a licensed professional to do so. There aren't that many things that can be safely injected into your tissue. Silicone is deadly outside of an encapsulated product. So a perfect example is breast implants. There's two different types. You have your saline, which is compatible with your blood. So if, for instance, it happens to burst, you'll be totally fine. It'll just dissolve within your tissues. And then you have silicone, where if that implant is to burst, it could it will kill you. So that is a 911 emergency, and you want to get to the hospital as soon as that happens. Well, if the silicone has to be encapsulated in a particular material to stay within its realm, why would you let someone put loose silicone into your tissues? That is why you get sick. Tissues is necrotic. Silicone is necrotic sometimes, and it can attack your healthy tissue and turn it black, and then start to destroy all the tissue around, and then get into your bloodstream and make you very, very sick. There are people who, once they get breast implants, their body starts to reject it, and it makes them sick. And that's without the silicone even leaking around. That's just your body actually rejecting whatever foreign object is being placed. What does that look like? Some clients say their hair falls out. They lose weight. They get really bad headaches, dizziness, chest pains, shortness of breath, aching in the area that's been worked on. Those are all signs that something is wrong and you need to get to the nearest hospital if something like that is going on with you. When you're talking about, okay, some may say it's not silicone, but they cannot tell you what the product is. That's also a red flag. Now, yes, any provider will protect the integrity of their brand by not revealing maybe what company they use to order the supply from, but they should always be open and willing to tell you what the actual substance of the product is. So real filler is hyaluronic acid. That's standard across the board, guys. You are paying, when you're paying for a high grade, for how long it will last, meaning how much of the amount they place into you, what additives they mix with it, like lidocaine to make it easier to inject. If I know Juvederm is a perfect example of that. That's like one of your high top filler of hyaluronic acid. That's all it is. And they'll add a certain amount of lidocaine to it to make it less painful to inject. You can put filler in your body. You can put it in your lips. People just think about lips and face. You can put filler anywhere in your body. You can put it in your breast. You can put it in your butt. Just know that it is not permanent.
Is that the one that has to be massaged as well?
Yeah, and shape it. That's totally fine. There are some companies that do filler injections for a butt and make you have a BBL. That's totally fine. You just want to make sure whatever they're using is legit. It don't have to be FDA approved. Let's talk about that really quick. Some people get really caught up on things being FDA approved. And anytime they want to slight a business or shade a business or even come for the business, they'll start out by asking if it's FDA approved. Understand this. FDA approved only means that it went through a few extra steps to be accredited by the state or the government as something that can be broadcasted. You're only paying for a staple. There's a lot of things that we use every day that are not FDA approved, and that does not mean that they're any harm to you. So you have to change your thinking and educate yourself on what does it really matter if it's FDA approved. One of the main things that we take or put in our bodies that is not FDA approved is Tylenol. Tylenol is not FDA approved. It don't have to be. Everybody takes it. It clearly works. It's not harmful to the body at all unless you overdose on it. That's a drug that's not FDA approved. I don't believe aspirin is FDA approved either. But are you quick to pop it if you need to? Yes. Just because something isn't FDA approved, it doesn't mean that it's going to be any disdain to you. So back to the injection part, when it comes to the filler, that's the point I'm making. It doesn't have to be FDA approved to still be something that you can use that will not harm your body. All right. In my honest opinion, I don't know why anyone at this day and age would get illegal butt injections. You know, it's okay to want to feel better about yourself, but at what cost? If it's going to cost your life, a butt cheek, your leg, your arm, whatever, it's not worth it. It's too many examples around of people who have gotten backdoor shots and they've had consequences for it. It may not be immediate all the time. It may be years down the line. I've inherited some clients that have had the silicone removal surgery, or we'll say the correct term for it is biopolymer removal. That's a fancy word of saying we're going to try to take out whatever was injected into you and try to make you feel better again. I'm telling you now, from what I see on the recovery side, that is not anything that anyone should want to go through. For one, it's extremely expensive. In the U.S. alone, bare minimum, you're going to be spending $100,000 because that is a very specialized, detailed surgery. Not everyone knows how to do that and how to do it safely or still have you not looking deformed. What most people do is they go to Colombia. In Colombia, the surgery ranges from about $25,000 to $30,000. So it's cheaper to get it done out of the country. And those doctors actually do a better job, in my opinion, than the few that I know who charge a whole buttload who do it in the States. So I'm not opposed to going out of the country to get it handled. What typically happens is you come back with a wound or pretty much a big hole in your butt. There hasn't been a single one that I've taken care of that it did not have a big gaping hole that I could almost fit my fist into. Because what happens is whatever that foreign substance is, it binds to the tissues around inside your butt and it kills it and it makes it hard and lumpy. So that's why you see some women, their butt don't move. That's why, because you got all that hard stuff that's encapsulated around it. A client showed me a picture of what the surgeon removed. It was multiple, about the size of a tennis ball, black inside of her body. And he still didn't get everything out. There's some where I've had one client to where she had the removal surgery, but then her butt grew right back and it grew twice as big. So what does that mean? Whatever they place into you has now migrated and became a part of your DNA and it's going to be there for life. She could get many surgeries. Every time it comes back, it's always going to be there because now it's in your bloodstream. Now it's within your current makeup of your body. So you're not going to be able to get rid of it. It's some that they didn't really have a real reason to get it out. They just didn't want it in their bodies anymore. But they still have a long journey recovery. You have to come back with a wound vac. You can't even sit down. Again, you have a huge hole in your behind. You may still have your hips, but everything else is completely gone. It is a very ugly process. And yes, you can die. You know, guys know there's some who has lost their lives to it. Some who have lost their limbs because whatever that product is, again, gets into their bloodstream, gets into a certain area and starts infecting or infesting that whole area and killing it to where your limb, your leg is black. That's gangrene, guys, and that has to come off. The only way to fix gangrene is to cut it off because it can kill you. It can kill you instantly, really, if you're not paying attention to it. We all know there's some celebrities that have admitted to having butt shots, and they tell you the truth. For one, it don't look right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't match your thighs half the time, just like some BBLs. But I can spot butt shots instantly versus a BBL. I can pretty much tell. It's not evenly distributed. You have knots and lumps everywhere. The main thing is it don't move. I'm telling y'all now, that's the difference between a BBL and shots. A BBL still gives you, once everything is said and done, a soft, jiggly booty.
Really?
It does.
Really?
It does. So when people are talking trash, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Is the butt hard during the healing? Yes. It is hard. I can't knock on the table, but it's hard as a brick. That is true. But within the next 4 to 8 weeks, that's because it's stuffed. The doctor tried to give you what you wanted, so stuffed you as much as you could. But your skin can only stretch so far in the beginning. So within the 4 to 8 weeks, the skin stretches and the fat settles. So that's why sometimes when they first have surgery, their butt's sitting really high up and then it drops. That also depends on what you told the surgeon. Did you want a high sitting butt or you want a normal looking butt? Did you want a slope? A slope is you have your back and then you have that little dip and then it transitions into a butt like normal. The shelf is back and butt. There ain't no transition in between.
That's what you said I got.
Did I?
You said I got it.
Stand up again?
Huh?
Stand up again?
Hold on, wait. Get my booty though.
No, you have a slope.
I have a slope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I have to get some pictures to show y'all what I'm talking about. A shelf is straight up back, but like it ain't no in between. You done seen some of them. You done, yeah. This is it. And some women like that. Some women like that. Some men like it. So some women actually ask for that look. So don't think it was a mistake. On some of them. But in any event, a BBL would have some sort of movement once the fat settles. Shots do not. You may get movement, you may not. Nicki Minaj, shots. Cardi B, shots. Jada, shots. Bernice Burgos, I'm saying that right, shots. If y'all notice their butt, it don't move. It don't move. I think Ari had a blend of both, because sometimes she can move and you'll see something. Sometimes she can't. That's one of the main ways to tell what's the difference.
What about J-Lo?
J-Lo?
Yeah. You think J-Lo's booty is hers?
I think J-Lo's booty is hers. Y'all have to go back to look when she was on In Living Color. One of them dance girls, she's always had curves. She's always had curves. So I would say hers is natural. I would say the Kardashian, I would say Kim had a blend. Kim had a blend. Because sometimes hers moves and sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, I got a question. Can you explain why the legs don't? Why is it that you know what I'm talking about?
The ant booties.
Right. So that's what I thought it was. I thought the ant booty would come from the difference between it being a BBL or it being shots. But it sounds like that's not what makes it look like that. Mm-mm. So how is it that they're not blending the legs in right, or why is it giving that weird ant booty look, I guess?
So that's the body frame, the natural body frame of the client. So sometimes we want things we shouldn't have, right? So you have,
because
it can be both. It can be both.
I was blaming the doctor.
Them not being realistic. You got to understand, when it comes to cosmetics, there's only a few surgeons that have integrity. The surgeon I had come on this show, Dr. Stevenson, he has integrity. He ain't finna do all that, and it's gonna be messing up his name and reputation at the end of the day. There's some surgeons or surgery centers who could care less. If you got it, they're gonna do exactly what you want to do, whether you should have it or not. When you're doing a fat transfer, you have to pay for additional areas. I've said this before. When y'all are getting BBLs and you waking up and you pissed off because you ain't got no hips, you still look flat in the front. And then when you turn, you see your butt. You didn't say what needed to be said. You have to tell the doctor you want hips. Then you might get hips. Same with the legs. That's still going to cost you more. But tell them, I want my legs to match my butt. There are some who don't care about that and just only do, because they're only going to fill in the cheeks and that's it. They can put it in the thighs. It might stay. It might not. So as to why some look like an ant booty, for one, that is the person themselves being unrealistic about what they should have on them or how they should look. And the surgeon not having integrity and not knowing, okay, this is enough. It's starting to look not natural now. Let's simmer it down. Because I'm going to tell you now, I've had clients who are pissed off. He didn't do what I wanted him to do. I wanted my butt to be bigger. I'm looking at you and I'm like, your butt is big. What are you looking at? It's big. It's big for your body. Anything bigger, your legs are not going to match. And then everybody's going to be talking about you when you're walking. But some people really don't listen. They don't listen. So to answer that question, that person's original body frame, if they're naturally skinny, it's going to be really hard for their thighs to get big. And then number two, the integrity and the skill of the doctor as to if they're going to do that and just take your money.
So would it be better for them to put weight on first and then do the surgery?
Yes. If you have a very, very small frame, you need to gain weight. There's some who can't even have surgery because they don't have enough fat to take. If you don't have enough fat to take, you can't get a transfer. So you have to eat whatever you can eat. There's a drug on the market, not FDA approved, but it does work and does not have any residual effects, called epitamine, if anyone's heard of it. You kind of got to go through some hoops to get it. I wish it was something that was much more widely accepted, but you can gain like up to 20 pounds worth of fat for those who have a hard time gaining weight. Because
just protein shakes will do.
It can, but that is lean. I'm talking about fat. Protein shakes are usually good for like muscle building. We're talking about fat. You can't transfer muscle. So we're talking about transferring fat here. You got to actually eat healthy fats. So we're talking burgers, steaks. It's really hard for people who don't eat red meat to gain weight, because that's what sticks to you, and that's what's kind of healthy. You can take supplements, but it's going to take a little bit longer. And for the people who have a hard time gaining weight, think about this too. If you got a hard time gaining weight, then you're going to have a hard time keeping your fat transfer. So a lot of skinny people have a failed BBL because the fat dissipates. You have a high metabolism. It's just not going to stay. So sometimes it's just being real with yourself also, and knowing it's going to be a little bit a harder journey for me to have the desired look that I want. Or maybe I should do other things, like, going to the gym, doing squats, trying to get a butt. Like Glorilla, she doesn't, like, her butt has gotten bigger. Her body has changed. Did she get her breast done? Yeah. But she's actually in the gym. You can tell that's a squatted butt. She is doing those squats in the gym. Okay? Same with Megan. Megan has looked the same other than getting a little bit of lipo. That is a natural butt. She does her workout. She does her squats. Lotto gets surgery and then goes to the gym and does the squats. Same with everyone else, because there's a stigma with that as well. When they've gotten their body done, guys, that's kind of what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to keep their look up. They're supposed to go to the gym and continue to maintain a look. It's not a shade. It's not a diss. They're doing what they exactly is supposed to do. Now, what I don't appreciate is how they won't say they had surgery first, but all they want to do is post their pictures of videos in the gym. I've actually had quite a few fitness people, which I can argue that all day long. You can be pro gym as much as you want. The reality is the gym is only going to yield you so much with your desired look. The gym cannot give you certain sculpted, especially hourglass figures for some people. I've had some tell me I work out every day, 5 days a week. I eat right. I run. I still can't get rid of my love handles. I still can't get abs. I do squats. I still can't get a butt. That is real. There's only certain things that, according to how you want to look, you're going to have surgery for. Bottom line. You could be the most healthiest person in the world, do all the workouts you're supposed to do. It ain't going to happen unless you get surgical enhancement. Men get abs.
How do you know when you've reached that wall that it does have to be surgical? Like, at what point do you know in your body that I'm just never going to be able to lose any more than this?
You hit a plateau, so it'd be weeks or months with no improvement, no change. You're just stuck. Now, can you try to tweak some things to reset your body to actually yield you some results? Yes, but it won't be many. And then too, your body. As long as you've been working out, this is where you stay no matter how hard you work. So in my opinion, I would say a good year of trying your efforts and you're still at that stuck mark, then yeah, you probably want to consider having some type of surgical enhancement to help you boost that. I've had a lot of women who work out daily who can't get rid of the love handles, who can't get that hourglass figure, who can't get that sculpt in between their groin area, who can't get that back fat. Back fat is really hard to remove, like really, really hard. For a woman, let me say this, we have to work harder anyway. But for a woman, that's a very troubling area of some. You can do as many back workouts as possible, and it still might not happen. Also, genetics. If both sides of your family has a history of big backs, not being funny, but just being general, yeah, it's going to be even harder for you to achieve that look because you got both sides of genetics working against you, and you're trying to change that and trying to do better.
What about something like scoliosis? Like I have, like just now, because I'm one of those girls. Look, let me tell you something. I believe that all titties deserve nipples.
Mm-hmm.
And if my back has titties, I got to work on it. And I have been. And, my back titties are definitely, they down to A cups now. And I'm okay with that. I'm working it out. But I might not never have a back that looked like, what's her name? She got a nice back. Lori Harvey.
Yeah.
She's got a nice back. You know what I'm saying? My back might never look like that, right? would, even if I worked out as much as I could, right? Would my scoliosis stop it from doing that? Is it a thing like that? Is it
No,
our structure?
you have to be careful with your workout, the type of workouts that you're doing with your scoliosis, but the structure of the spine, that really wouldn't yield much unless you are somebody who wants a bigger butt and you want wider hips. If things are uneven, making it bigger is only going to make it more noticeable. So there's been some women, they'll come to me for a session and they'll be like, one of my hips is bigger than the other, and or wider than the other. And the first thing I have to ask is, do you have any known back problems that you know of? Because it may not be a botch. Enhancements only bring things brighter to the surface. That's the purpose of makeup. Makeup is not supposed to cover completely. It's not supposed to transform. It's only supposed to enlighten your already natural beauty features and make them more alive and more enhanced. So sometimes you don't realize you have an issue until you make things bigger in your body. Perfect example with me. I have breast implants. I got a lift and I got breast implants. When I did my consultation, the surgeon told me, okay, this is what I can do for you, XYZ 1, 2, 3. But I just want to let you know before I even touch you, one of your boobs is bigger than the other. I never even realized it. Never realized it. And he literally turned me around to the mirror and he was like, I'm telling you this because you want to be bigger. It might be more noticeable once you're bigger. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. And it makes sense because you're naturally asymmetrical. That's something everybody got to realize. One side of your body is different from the other. That's why one eyebrow might be higher.
They're sisters, not twins.
That's right. One side of your hair grows longer than the other. That's normal for everyone. So I also have to educate clients on that. I'm like, well, you didn't start off being perfect side by side anyway.
So when the doctor does it, do they try to make sure one has less, or like, do they keep the unevenness, or do they try to account for it?
They can try to account for it, but sometimes no matter what you do, it still may be a little off. And please understand, you're asking an imperfect person to bring you closer to perfection. So it ain't never gonna be all the way right. Now I do want to know who in the world is doing Kris Jenner. Is it Kris Jenner?
That's the mama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby, that lift was lifting, okay? That took at least 20, 30 years off of her. She looks good. That's who y'all should try to go to. If you want some changes, ask her where she's going, okay? And please stop getting illegal things done to your body to be cheap. That's all it is at the end of the day.
You remember them folks in Florida that was putting Fix-A-Flat?
Yes. Very dumb. Not demure.
Max
very
said
deadly.
One side of me is sexier than the other, so I understand.
You get it. They get it. They get it. They get it.
Max, you're funny. I might have to follow you, Max.
They get it.
You're funny.
It's so many good things that can be done if people just read and educate themselves. You can have a better outcome. You don't have to go to back alley stuff and get things done. You can have things done financially that fits your budget. You just got to work hard to get it. It ain't worth your life. It ain't worth you looking sharp in a casket. And it's young people, young women that's out here dying. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. You went in there with no complications and you came out with a whole situation.
Oh, that need to be the next show. The different complications from surgery afterwards, like long-term complications.
That'll be a series. That'll be a volume.
That need to be the next one.
That'll be a saga.
Yeah,
because I got some stories that I
like the long-term complications.
I wouldn't believe myself if I didn't know, if I didn't see it. I've never in my life seen a hole in somebody's butt I could fit my whole fist in. And you didn't even realize it was there.
Like, so does that person have to like pack it with gauze or something like on a daily? Like, how do you deal with that? It like
we pack it. We drained it. Eventually, I had to just send her to the hospital because I'm like the home visits. I don't think they're yielding too much, and then the fluid that started to come out was cloudy. If you have clear fluid coming out, that's okay. No odor, that's even better. But once it turns into like a cloudy looking color, that's no bueno. Like you got some things going on. You got some things going on up in there. And it's not cute. And then you're lopsided now because you're definitely not going to be even. One side is completely gone. Also, stop having surgery if you got a medical serious condition. You have a brain tumor. Why are you worried about a BBL? You should be happy to just be alive at this point.
And with that,
it's been a pleasure, you guys. Told y'all I got stories. Days. Okay. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. Make good decisions. I don't want to have to be one talking about you on this platform. Okay. I will see you guys next Monday.
Can we link up tonight? Drink some rock and Sprite tonight. My pussy is super tight. Couple years without taking pipe. I am squirting back to back. I made a mess over the floor. Moaning out loud, the neighbors banging on my door. But the pounding ain't gon' get it. You gotta put your tongue all up in it. Give me a better feeling shy, fucking your brain. You know you like it. Stop holding back, baby boy, don't try to fight it. Got a little insane, orgasm riot. I'm an Aries, baby daddy, you a Pisces. I'd rather make love than get a quickie. Love it when you're on top, go slow in me. And when we make love, it's a hell of a drug. I'm addicted to you like I'm a coke fiend. Now, put it in your face, know you like the way it tastes. The way I scream your name in your ear, I wanna sing. Ooh, right there, don't stop, daddy. Feeling so good riding you like a caddy. Beat it up like a porn star actor. Slurp it up, stimulate from my reaction. You know I like it rough, handcuffing me in action. So choke me up on your back, I do the scratches. On top of cars, up in these bushes. On these staircases, no fucks where we do it. Don't tell nobody what we do. I won't tell nobody what we do. Keep this between me and you. All of this between me and you. Let me fuck on you. LMFO.